So, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Iman Gadzhi, and these are my updated 10 things I can't live without. So first up, and anyone that knows me very well knows that I don't go anywhere without a watch. Even if I'm going abroad, literally for a few days, I'm bringing a watch roll with me. Watches are something that I've been infatuated with from the time I was 8 years old and I bought my first Timex from 15 pounds. I remember I got it from Argos here in London, saved up for a couple weeks for it. And my watch collecting journey really started when I was 18 and I bought my first Rolex. So at this point, I've probably owned 50 plus watches. On the wrist at my moment is my favorite piece ever, the Patek Philippe Nautilus 5711R. If I had to have one watch for the rest of my life, it would be this. So in the watch roll, let's say, I was going abroad somewhere for a couple days, this would be a nice piece to wear out to dinner at night. And then let's see what else I have with me at the moment. These are two recent additions in the last month or so. Pretty much every single watch I have these days, I acquired at retail direct from the brand, which I found over the years of watch collecting is a little bit more fun. Yes, you have to wait longer, but usually the wait is worth it. So here is one of the latest pieces that I got. This is the Cartier Santos Skeleton, incredible watch. What I love about these, I had another Santos before this that I got in 2018 is this quick release clasp. So you can either put on a leather strap or you can put on a metal strap and literally change depending on your outfit or how you feel that day. Very, very cool watch. And here we have a Rolex Daytona. People call this the Panda because of the white dial with black accents. I actually got one of these from Rolex back in 2019, ended up giving it to my mom, and that one has the black dial. Now it's funny, I actually like the black dial more than the white dial, even though the white dial is more valuable. So I actually asked Rolex and I was like, hey, when I get another Daytona, can I get it with the black dial, even though I've gotten one before? And even though it's less desirable, unfortunately, they can't give you two of the same dial, apparently. But I guess I'm just stuck with this, which I can't complain about. This is probably these two, or if I had to pick one watch for the rest of my life, it would be this, or I also own the Platinum Daytona, which is probably my favorite looking watch ever. It's just a big, heavy wear. So yeah, it's much nicer for day to day. So my next essential is my computer. Now I have this very cool Goyard leather, I don't know, whatever this is. I think it's like a paper holder, but it fits my computer and it's got my company name on it, my initials. And inside here, I have a pretty beat up at this point, well, this thing's really dirty. I have a 16-inch MacBook Pro. This is my workhorse. As long as I have internet and computer, I can run my business. This thing right here, well, actually not this computer, but point is, a computer and Wi-Fi. How I started my business when I was 16 years old back in high school. I'm just trying to make a little bit more money for me and my mom. Start off as a side hustle. Well, actually, I don't know if you can see over my shoulder right there, IG Media. It's my advertising agency. As I said, over the last 5 years, it has morphed from being a creative agency to a full service agency to now we just specialize in advertising for big e-commerce and education companies. So yeah, no matter where I am in the world, this is essential to manage that. My other businesses, my team of 11 at this point, and all my clients and everything else. Next essential is these right here. Well, in general, to be honest, I don't care what you get, but everyone needs a pair of blue light blockers, especially if you're like me and you live a very boring life. Most people think the life of an entrepreneur is very exciting and thrilling, going from meeting to meeting and phone. That's not it. I wake up 6:30 every day. I sit at my desk at 9 and I work from 9 a.m. all the way to, if I'm feeling like a waste man that day, 5 p.m., 6 p.m. If things are pretty crazy at the businesses, 9 p.m., even 10 p.m. sometimes. And while I'm working on my computer, I need a good pair of blue light blockers. Now, I'm very, very lucky. I'm one of those people that can work on their computer for hours and hours without getting a lot of eye strain, but there's some people where it's excruciating. For me personally, the reason that I put them on is around a couple hours before I go to sleep, I put these bad boys on. All the lights in my house actually turn red. That signals more melatonin production. And yeah, a lot of people wonder why I am the sleep king, which whenever I put up my sleep score and my sleep stats on my stories, people are like, how do you get such good sleep? This is your answer right here. So from the inception of the idea to actually releasing it took probably 12, 18 months. And these Gadzhi blue light blockers are all bespoke, all done in-house. And I'll be honest, a lot of eyewear companies out there, they don't actually make their parts, they just assemble it. Like I'm even talking a lot of these high-end brands. So eyewear has been extremely challenging and managing stock for the company. For example, these are the matte black pair, and we sold out of these a lot quicker than we would have assumed. And there was basically a delay. So because we have to make everything in-house and assemble them, these take 3 months of productions just to restock. So yeah, let me show you what it looks like on the inside. These right here, you can see right here, everything is just super clean, understated branding. These right here are the blue Havana pair, which is probably one of, if not my favorites. I'd say probably these ones and the cobalt blues. I love these as well. But when I was designing these with the team, the whole point of this is that I'm sure you've seen a lot of blue light blockers out there. They're like red, intense tint. You just look like a bit of a klutz, to be honest. So the whole point with these is that you can be on a client call, you can be on a date, you can wear these in the day. Sometimes, because we have 5 different colors of the G ones at Gadzhi, depending on the mood I'm feeling, for example, if I'm wearing a nice turtleneck, I'll just wear these in the day just because it looks fly as shit. So yeah, these are timeless, these are classic. And I'm very excited because we've got 5 limited run colors coming out for the summer. So yeah, we've got a whole summer capsule launching, and we're also in the prototyping stage of the G3 and the G5s. So yeah, these are definitely an essential. They've been with me all around the world. So next up is we have a notebook and a pen. Now this is actually a notebook one of my buddies gave to me. It's got a whale on it. If anyone knows anything about one of my companies, my education company, basically our mascot there is a whale. I even have a whale tattooed on my arm. So notebooks are super important to me. Yes, I type a lot. Yes, I'm super organized with my life on my computer, and I have all my thoughts, research notes, everything down there. But at the end of the day, nothing is better than a pen and paper. And when I fly, I do a lot of journaling. When I'm abroad on holiday, I do a lot of journaling. And also this thing is full up with notes while I'm actually on sales calls with potential clients for my advertising agency. The thing is, I literally can't find any page where Laura hasn't written like, I love you, have a great day. Like literally. So real quick, I had to scribble out the client's name here, and I basically can't find a page in my notebook where my girlfriend hasn't come in at some point of the day and just written like a cute message in there. So just don't mind that. I'll bring it here to try to show you guys real quick. So you can see with this client, they want to get to 500K to $1 million per month in revenue. And the month prior to starting to work with us, they spent 60K and brought back in 200K. So that was kind of the benchmark of what they were accomplishing. And you can see another deal right here, which is a couple days later, another e-commerce business that wants to spend 500K a month and bring back in 1.3 million a month. And you can see what we actually ended up pitching them right there, which is 2,800 pounds a month plus 5% profit on anything we make them from the ad. So in that case, that would have been 1.3 million minus 500,000. That's a spread of 800,000. So if we manage to hit our goal, in that case, our performance fee is 40 grand for the month. So for any entrepreneurs, I always look for things that can make me enjoy my work even more. And if you can get to a place where you can afford one, I definitely recommend you get a nice Mont Blanc. I've owned quite a few of these over the years. I've gifted quite a lot of these to clients over the year. Yes, something like this is around $1,000, but it'll last you for the rest of your life. I'm telling you, once you start writing with a Mont Blanc, it's really hard to go back to anything else after that. So next thing I can't live without is a good pair of sneakers or just comfortable shoes in general. So a couple of my go-to LP summer walk. I've got a few pairs of these. I mean, you can dress them up, you can dress them down. They go with everything. So something like these, or another one of my favorites. Once again, I've got a few different colors of these. This is a pair of Lanvins. I think that's how you pronounce it. A couple of my French friends have corrected me in the past. But yeah, if I probably had to have one shoe for the rest of my life, it would be this in this colorway as well. Matte black cap toe, black sneaker. I've worn this with a suit before. You can dress it up, dress it down. Same with the summer walks. If I'm just leaving the house, just to run, do some errands, I love these. These are a pair of Golden Goose. They're super beat up, just the way I like them. And the great thing about these is I never have to tie the laces, basically. So between these 3 different brands, I probably have like 12 different pairs. Like this is kind of like my zone of comfort. Kind of smart casual shoes or specific sort of sneakers. So this is me being me right here. Like this is me being true to myself. So that's that. Now, let me throw those to the side. So that's that. Now these is what happens when I try to be cool. These are a pair of vapor waffles. These are super expensive on the resale market and just keep it going up day by day. I bought these probably 3 months ago, and as you can tell, I've worn them twice. They're really cool to look at, but when I put them on, they just, I don't know, they're not very me. So yeah, I guess the moral of the story is just be true to yourself, even if you're a bit of a nerd and a grandpa living in a 21-year-old's body. So next up is a good cologne. You always gotta be smelling good. I will be honest, I don't know too much about colognes. There's certain stuff that I'm very knowledgeable on. Watches, fashion in general, film photography, even something like cigars. There's certain stuff which I don't really know about, and it's another world to get into. Things like wine, things like cologne. I know that there's so many cool colognes out there, but I'm pretty boring with it. We have kind of my go-to for the past few years. This is just Bleu de Chanel. I probably have 3 or 4 of these on me at any time. I keep them in different sizes. Right by my door, I've got one of the smaller ones, so if I ever leave the house and you know it's been a few hours since I put cologne on, then I can just spray it there. This is Creed. It's a bit of a funky looking bottom. This is a really fun one for summer. Ah, man, this smells like pre-March 2020. So yeah, this is Creed right here. I think this comes out to like $100 per bottle. This one is like $300, I think, per bottle. I think I paid like 250 pounds for this. So yeah, Creed is pretty, Creed is on the more expensive side, but not as expensive as say something like Clive Christian. As I said, I definitely want to step up my fragrance game over the next few years because this one, a little bit less so than this one. This is relatively popular. In all fairness, I see why. I get so many compliments on this all the time. But at the end of the day, I feel as though this is like owning a Black Submariner. Like,
it's a nice watch, okay? Listen, some people have to work hard for a watch like that.
But at the end of the day, I feel as though this is like a Black Submariner. Like everyone and their brother has one of these. So yeah, maybe when I do an updated one next year, I'll have a bit more of an eclectic mix. So yeah, next up we've got some of my film cameras. I've probably got 7, 8 more of these that serve different purposes, whether that's medium format or 35. This right here is kind of like the go-to all-rounder. This is a Contax T3. This fits in your jacket pocket. This fits in your girlfriend's bag always. And yeah, this you can literally take around anywhere. And the photos that have come out of here are just spectacular. And the great thing about this is like anyone can take a photo. Like they don't have to be, you know, they don't have to know anything about cameras. So if I had to have one for the rest of my life, it would definitely be this, because I'd say 90% of the time, 80% of the time, I'm shooting film because of just the way it captures a moment. It's just incredible when you're with friends, when you're just honestly anywhere. It's, yeah, as I said, it really captures a moment. And then 10% of the time, you know, I'm shooting myself, whether I'll be shooting other people or just shooting landscape, you know, whatever it is. For me, if that's happening, then I'm using this thing right here. This is the Leica M6. I have the Summilux 35 1.4. Honestly, setup wise, there's, in my opinion, there's nothing that gets better than this. And yeah, once again, these are timeless classics. I mean, the camera that's here or here, you know, every couple of years we update it, we change it. You know, I think they stopped producing these in the late 90s or early 2000s, the M6. And this is a camera that I'm going to pass down to my children and they'll pass down to their children. So for me in life, those are my favorite things, the things that are timeless, the things that you'll pass down from generation to generation, and that and I don't know, that will never go out of fashion. And you know, the thing is, this thing will never break on you. This has, you know, this technically needs a battery for the light meter or whatever, but apart from that, you can use this in fully manual. This thing is a tank. This thing's never gonna break on you. The only issue with this is you really need to know about cameras to shoot on this thing, because it's fully manual, and the rangefinder on Leicas can be quite tough to figure out. So yeah, for me, this is if I'm going on holiday, I'm taking photos of other people, or if I'm shooting just some landscape stuff. Just, you know, just Leica is just miles ahead above any other film camera brand. Now this right here is if someone else might be shooting. So this can be manual or it can be fully automatic. This is kind of like older brother to this. So this, once again, someone can shoot without knowing anything about cameras, but obviously it takes up a little bit more space. So once again, this is nice if you're going to a dinner or something, you know, in your city. This is nice if you're going on holiday and, you know, you can kind of lug around a camera that's a little bit bigger. I absolutely adore film. If I'm shooting photos with my friends, if I'm taking a camera abroad, I don't shoot digital anymore. It's either iPhone camera, because the iPhone cameras are incredible these days, or it's film, but it's pretty much always film. So my next essential is incense. Now, anyone that enters my house knows that I've got incense burning literally 10 hours of the day. I've got incense burning in pretty much most rooms I go to. When I enter a room, I light some incense, and I take my incense very, very seriously. So if I'm going somewhere for more than a week, I literally will bring incense with me to light there. As I said, entrepreneurship is not this glamorous thing. I sit down at my desk for 8 to 12 hours a day. It's not very exciting. So I need little things that get me in the zone and just get me excited to work. And incense is one of those. Now this right here is something I acquired recently. It's from a company called Cinnamon Projects. Now my best friend actually runs an agency as well, and he was doing lead sourcing, aka he was finding leads to reach out to try to sign them as clients for his agency. And he found this company right here and sent it to me straight away because he knew this was right up their alley. So yeah, I ended up ordering like $300 worth of stuff from their company. So, and I do love it. I love the branding. This is the 8 p.m. incense. So they've got a 7 a.m., a 4 p.m., an 8 p.m., a 12 a.m., and a 2 a.m. And it's all different moods and vibes. So Cinnamon Projects, if you are watching this, you just got free influencer marketing plus an amazing customer. So please make sure you respond to Filippo's email. So with this one, you can light one end or you can light both. Totally up to you. And with this specific one, they've got a bunch of different stones. You know, you could choose the amethyst. You could choose 8 or 9 different ones. As I said, it all depends. This is the stone of truth. So as I said, it totally depends on what sort of vibe you're going with. Upstairs on the 4th floor of my house, this is actually my office. Upstairs on the 4th floor of my house, I actually have a full, it's kind of like, it's a little smoky.
Yeah.
This is actually my office upstairs on the 4th floor of my house. The entire 4th floor is actually a meditation prayer room. So I have a bunch of different crystals there, candles, some of my tools that I use when I'm meditating, a couple of which my clients have actually gifted me. So if you're watching this, once again, big shout out. So yeah, I think definitely the last year showed a lot of people that you need to get your mind right. You know, the world is a very crazy, scary place. Especially if you let it be. Social media, news, all this stuff, super toxic for you. And I don't know, I think everything in moderation, except for news, I'm not a fan at all, is fine, but you need some peace and quiet time. So light some incense and do some damn meditating. So next up, we have a speaker. Now this is the BioLit 20. I've been waiting for this for like 2 years. So before this, I had a BioLit 17, which actually was gifted to me by one of my friends. I was actually in Holland, and this was back when my agency was doing video work. I was actually in Holland shooting for one of the Bang & Olufsen branches. And yeah, I think that's where my infatuation with Bang & Olufsen started. You know, obviously while I was shooting the video for them, I got to see their entire product suite, and it's nuts. I mean, some of their speakers go up to like 80,000 pounds, dollars, euros, whatever. It's nuts, but I put Bang & Olufsen up there with brands like Patek Philippe, brands like Leica, brands like Rolls-Royce that are just so timeless and so ahead of the rest of the competition, in my opinion, when it comes to making products that last. And it's funny, I was even thinking about this. I'm a big sort of techie. I like having the best of everything, but the last version of this lasted me 4 years, and basically none of my tech lasts 4 years. And the one behind me, you can see right there, that is actually, a lot of people wonder what that is. That's actually a speaker as well. That's the BioPlay A9, I believe, or something like that. So that's a speaker as well, but it looks like a piece of furniture. So Bang & Olufsen really do make timeless products, and they make products and they add features that you didn't even know you wanted. Like for example, this new this new Beoplay A9, as you can see right here, all you have to do is just rest your phone on top and it charges your phone, which is ingenious. The amount of times where I've been playing music and, you know, my phone is draining. Like, it's just, I don't know, they just make stuff where you didn't even think you wanted it. They make stuff that looks like furniture, like it fits in your house perfectly. And I've got speakers on all 4 floors of my house that I can connect to with Spotify Connect and all this stuff. So for that reason, I don't really need to use something portable like this. But if I'm going somewhere abroad for even more than a week, this is coming with me. Once again, going back to the entrepreneurship thing, music is such an important thing to me because I'm sitting down and I'm working for an hour and then I'm giving myself a 10-minute break before I go ahead and do it again and sit down on my desk, focused, no distraction. So in that 10-minute break, I like to jam out to, you know, anything from Amy Winehouse to Otis Redding to Brent Faiyaz to Drake to anything in between, honestly. Like, I've got a very eclectic taste. So yeah, as I said, music is super important to me. And when it comes to portable speakers, actually just any speakers in general, in my opinion, it doesn't get better than Bang & Olufsen. So this right here is a crypto hard wallet, except it's not really. So basically, for those of you guys that don't know what a crypto hard wallet is, in the world of cryptocurrency, you can either store your money on exchanges, which, to be honest, I don't really see the point in it and I don't know why people do it, or you can put your money in something that earns interest, things like Nexo, Celsius, BlockFi, and I'm definitely a fan of that for specific cryptocurrencies. And then with other cryptocurrencies that aren't supported with that, there's other staking pools. But my point is, like, either you make your money work for you or you lock it up in a hard wallet and you put it away. So for that reason, I keep my stuff extremely, extremely secure, and anything valuable that I have. So for example, 95% of my watch collection at any given time is at my safety deposit box. I have multiple crypto hard wallets. They're in safety deposit boxes. And the reason that I don't have one in front of me was just because I didn't have enough time to get it out. So basically what happens when I want to take out a watch, for example, or I want to take out one of my crypto wallets, is it actually comes, there's like a big armored truck that takes it out of my box, brings it to me, and it's this whole thing. Partly some is for the insurance for the watches, but when it comes to this, it's because on one of my crypto hard wallets, there might be, and this is no exaggeration, millions of dollars. So, you know, you think about if it was to get in the wrong hands, very, very scary prospect. So that's the thing. A crypto hard wallet, obviously this is just some random, like, I don't even think it's a memory stick. I just found this randomly in the house. It looked vague enough, but with the crypto hard wallet, it's great because now you are your own Swiss bank. But at the end of the day, you need to manage it. And if anything was ever to happen to your funds, there's no one you can call, there's no bank you can call, so you have to be very, very careful. So I've never really been a big fan of cash in general. To be honest, I've never really carried cash in my life. My entire businesses have always been digital. I've always invoiced digitally. From day one, it's made it easier in general, also just made it easier in terms of accounting, in terms of tax, etc., etc. But if I ever go abroad or for whatever reason, I just feel the need to, sometimes I will actually bring a hard wallet with me. Now, don't worry, if you ever lost your hard wallet, you have your recovery key phrases. So, you know, technically if you lost it, you know, you can still get it back. It's not the end of the world. So, you know, it's not like losing a bag full of cash where you'll never get that back. So as I said, sometimes when I travel abroad, I will bring some cash with me, just emergency funds. Like you honestly just never know. So, you know, when I see all these rappers and stuff, you know, going around with, you know, 50, 100 grand cash, I think it's a little stupid. Going around the world and just having some money in Bitcoin in a hard wallet, I think there is value in that. So yeah, as I said, I don't have one with me right now, but yeah, I do have a few different hard wallets, and I make sure that wherever I go, I do have access to the future of financing, I believe. So ladies and gents, I hope you guys enjoyed the 10 things I can't live without. Here's what I want you guys to do. I'm gonna go ahead and give away a pair of Gadzhi blue light blockers. All you have to do is like this video, and down below, you don't need to give me 10, but just give me 3 things that you can't live without. And in the next video, we'll announce one winner. And on that point, down below as a pinned comment, you'll actually be able to find last giveaway's winner of a pair of Gadzhi blue light blockers. And on that note, I'll catch you guys next time. Look, if you enjoyed that video, I went ahead and picked out another special video that I know you're gonna find immensely valuable. You can find it right there. I know you're gonna love it, and I'll see you in the next one. Smells like man.